Oh, welcome back. This is Jack. Y'all know who I am. Why I introduce my hairs. I'm trying something new. So I tried the style where I pull like two strands back and then I do a ponytail with it. It still did that, except for this time instead of being on top of my hair, it's actually underneath it this time. So the back part of my hair is like flipped over it, and I kind of like it. I think it looks a lot cleaner. Like it still allows me to keep my hair down, but it doesn't have it like poof. So if I let my hair down completely, you see what I'm talking about. I'll do that probably later. But I'm gonna leave it like. I just got it done, and I don't like want to need a haircut because the sides are getting pretty bad again. Might just go borrow my dad's razor and just shave the sides again myself instead of getting it professionally done. Give me a couple bucks. I'm a little tight this month. Um, my own fault. Not lie, 100% You'll see one of the reasons. I'm just gonna talk for a little bit. Got a couple news stories I'm gonna be talking about today. Couple game releases coming up in a couple days that I'm really excited for. You'll probably see them on stream playing them. Um, let's see here. I'll be doing my review of the Dark Souls tabletop for too long because I still am going to do the one shot. I've just been putting it off. I'm going to be doing session 0, which is me helping everybody create characters. I'm the only one with the book that I know of. Probably do it. Try to do it this weekend. Hey, Dawson. Glad to see you. How's things in your world? What's shaking? Um, so a bit of like good news, like things that make me happy. I haven't worn this shirt in a little bit. And it's actually a shirt I do like because it's got Zoro on it. It's Zoro's wanted poster, post time skip. So like I think the Barry count's wrong because he's now like in the billions. But still, anyway, um, I haven't worn this in a little while, and I've been getting really heavy into my weightlifting and stuff, like really focusing, being really disciplined about it, and being a lot more disciplined about my diet. Not last night. I broke my diet hard last night, so today's a fasting day. But I went really hard on my. I've been working out really hard, and so I put it on, and the sleeves are tight, and I'm like, yay! It made me happy. Originally they were a little baggy, now they're pretty tight, so I'm pretty happy about that. It gave me an ego boost, and sometimes you need that. Sometimes you need those small successes like that, and you just get to celebrate them and be happy. Because don't get me wrong, like the old me would have like, oh, that just is my fat. No, working a lot to celebrate my successes. That takes a bit of time to reprogram. Get over like the that voice in your head that says you did wrong, that you're doing bad. Um, like you got to define what small success to you. You got to redefine it sometimes. Sometimes a small success is literally just getting out of bed. When you feel that you could not, that gravity just would not let you out of bed, but you did it anyway, that's a small success. It still is. You made your own food that day. You put on your pants that day. You brushed your teeth. You can count all these things as a small success. Um, because especially if the world feels like it doesn't want you to do it that day, that your body, your mind just didn't want you to do it, but you know you needed to, but you did it anyway. That's still a small success, and be happy about it. Like, what builds a lot of negative self-talk is just not being willing to accept that even these small things are still, they build towards something greater. Like waking up and making your bed is an even example. That's fine. You can define it how you want. I am not your mom. I think I'm missing a few equipment for that. And I'm not your dad. But you can define it how you want. This is how I have been able to try and reprogram myself as I define to me what a small success is. I made a video. That's a small success and I'm happy. The video could completely tank. No one watched it. I'm still happy. I made it. I did editing. I got to try new things with my editing. It makes me happy. I got up. That actually can be a big deal because like this weekend I slept like 15-hour day or 15 hours straight, both days. It's because I was coming out of a manic episode and those hit me hard when I come out of them. So, but I still got work done. I released a video last night about we finally got a taste of what. Good. I'm glad. Why would anyone think I know what I'm doing? Also, hi, Trickster. No, like I acknowledge that I look batshit insane half. So in regards to this format, you will have videos or you will have segments where it's just me like covering news stories and stuff, and I might not directly answer comments or I'll add them in as if they're appropriate. I think I'm older than you, but whatever. I don't care. I'm turning 35 this year, so you can do the math. I don't care. Age is whatever. Um, because like my grandfather's like 70 some odd change, and I've looked at old photos of him. The fucker hasn't changed a bit. Like he has not aged. Still try not to use the F bomb. But anyway, but yeah, no, like my format's gonna change because I'm gonna do segments where I like talk about news stories, both political and not, and geek stuff. And the purpose behind those is going to be, they're intentionally gonna be designed to be turned into videos. Like I've said this before, but I need to be a lot more better about it because it allows me to make more content. It lets me streamline it. And if you guys have comments that I feel really need to be added into it, I can give y'all credit. If you don't want credit, that's fine. Sorry about that. I was raised by my grandparents, so I was very fortunate in that regard. My mom passed away when I was like really young, like not even a year old. Um, I never knew her. Straight up, just never knew her. I heard for a long time people only wanted to tell me good stories about her, how great. Oh, my kitty cat! Tell me great stories about her, and then when I was like a bit later on, I want to say almost double digits. Somebody actually told me the truth about her that she was crazy as hell. She was used drugs. Um, the original story I heard was that she was having a mental breakdown and wanted to run away. She was going to take me and my sister and just run away to, I think, to West Virginia. We were in Florida at the time, and she got into a car crash, died. Yeah, like I handle death weird, so it's hard to explain. But then later on, my sister said, "No, I distinctly remember she pushed me out of the car. She didn't want me." Yeah. Um. So like my image of her, like I'm like I'm better off having not been raised by her. And my dad, like I love my dad. He's a great person. I would have been a lot worse of a person with him, and he admits it. Like he admits he was not mature enough to raise me. He wouldn't have been financially set to raise me. So my grandparents raised their third generation of kids because they raised um, my mom and my aunt and uncle. Then they raised the next generation of my aunt and uncles um, from their siblings, and then they raised me and my sister. I feel I'm a much better person from it. Um, I still talk to my grandfather on a semi-regular, at least once a week. He's a great person. My grandmother unfortunately passed when I was 19, coming out of the high school. I was about to go into the Marines, and she was getting sicker and sicker. And going to die, graduate, but be able to see her, so I couldn't do it. And then I ended up like 2 years later going into the Navy. I do miss her. I do see her sometimes in my dreams, which I don't know how to feel about that because I handle death very weird, but I also imagine it's either my subconscious interpreting what she would have said, or if you believe in an afterlife, her talking to me. I don't know. Honestly. But that's all that depressing stuff. Um, but no, going back to it, like take pride in your small success, no matter how small they are. Even especially if it's the world against you in some way, take pride. Um, Hell, one of the small ones I did is if I did something successful that helped me later, I actually literally will say, "Oh, thank you, past me." Like it's a weird tick, but I tried. I created it intentionally because like here's an example. One of my good artist friends. She's the one who, if sometimes you might see it. There's a picture behind me of Lemillion, my favorite My Hero Academia character. And it was done by her, and it was signed by the English voice actor. Um, she did, and she was doing some logo. She does my logo for this channel and a handful of other things. And she was doing a logo for one of my friends who were doing a business, and my friend only needed two, but I bought three logos to be made, and I paid in advance, and I couldn't remember if I did or not. And then when she needed her third logo, because I knew she was going to, my friend said, "No, you had already paid for three logos, not two." And I'm like, "Oh, okay then, cool." Because I try to support my friends' businesses. My she's one of them's doing she's doing a cooking business, a travel agency, and I forget what the third. I think honestly, I think her travel agency thing is an MLM. Ooh, get it. I'm gonna do that every time. I honestly think her travel agency stuff is an MLM, but if she believes in it, I believe. I don't have to care for her business. Hang on, someone just dropped a chat message on. My buddy Mad Techie just got home. Didn't get to hang out this week. I'm gonna stream for. All right. Um, let's knock out the news stories and then we can dive into some games. How does that sound, everybody? Good. All right. This button so you guys can't see my desktop. Hide all my porn that's on my desk. Actually, yeah, flip to small. No, because I think stream story might be better. Hang on, we'll go back to large. I got this fixed. It should work better. Apparently, one of the codecs needed an update. All right. Let's go after. We're going to talk about Monster Energy drinks first. That story's a big deal to me. So, Monster needs to get the fuck out of video games, out of the culture, everything. They just need to go away. For those who don't know, Monster, when they were created, they did the smart thing and integrated themselves into video games. You want to play video games longer? You want to be able to play better? You need the caffeine. Drink Monster. And they started sponsoring streamers and all that good stuff. And that was a smart thing. Well, now they're going after indie devs. Hang on, there's more to this story. This is an old story, like a week or two old. Good answer, Trickster. And they started going after indie devs for the use of the word monster, and it's crazier than that. If you had monster in the title in any way, they were trying to sue these indie devs until they crashed. Hey, Diggs, welcome aboard. And that's what they were doing. And they've done this before with several other games previously. And not only was that, if you used any writing that was similar to their M, they'd sue you. If you used green and black, they'd sue you. I'm not joking. They would use green on black as a reason to sue people. Hang on. We'll get to that. Now there's an update to the story. And this is where I think they've far overstepped their bounds. Now, so their current plan with attacking these small indie developers is they do not have money to fight them. They will bleed them dry, so they'll just settle. Now they're going after the Monster Hunter franchise and Pokemon. You are messing, I'm trying not to curse for this, Nintendo and Capcom. You will not win this. The only way they could be dumber is to pick a fight with Disney over Monster Inc. They would be sued so badly, they would have to sell the company. That they would be countersued so badly for harassment. They're not going to win this. And I think us as gamers need to say Monster needs to leave gaming culture as a whole. Because remember, they've pushed themselves into video games. They showed up in Death Stranding, which is a great game. I love the game. But they're in the game, and then they sponsor all these streamers. And they've done a lot of other things that annoyed the hell out of me. No, this is recent. They did it before. They've done it before, but they're doing it again. This is a recent update. They just filed over 100 trademark lawsuits against game companies, including they just did this again because they're like, well, we can win this time. No, they're doing it again. We as gamers, I'm not saying we need to protest them or whatever. I'm not one who calls for protests, but I think us as gamers need to start writing them out of our mind as tied to gaming culture. How you do that is up to you. Because us as gamers, we actually do have a lot of power. Exactly. Exactly. I 100% agree. So back in the day, there was an asshole. I think he still owns the rights to it. Owns the rights to it. He opened a magazine called Edge, and if a company tried to make a video game that had the word Edge in it, he'd sue. And they usually just like, okay, whatever, we're not going to do it. Soul Edge is the precursor to Soul Calibur because of that, where they like Soul Edge and all this stuff, and then he sued, and they're like, okay, we're called Soul Calibur now, and it's just freaking stupid. Like, this pisses me off, honestly. And the Edge magazine was supposed to be a gaming magazine. If you want to see a good breakdown of that story, Larry Bundy Jr., some weird British guy. That's all I can describe him with. He does a good videos, and he did a good explanation of it. He did a really good explanation. He got a weird dry wit to him, but I think that's just the humor thing. But yeah, us as gamers, we just need to say screw you. Screw you guys, I'm a go home. Yeah, you got to do the Cartman voice for that. All right, this one really annoys me. This one really annoys me. Y'all can't see it yet, but y'all about to. So, hang on. No, we're gonna start here. We're gonna start here. Y'all saw the headline already, but we're gonna start here. So, I need to. For this part, I'm gonna turn. Do I have that button actually set? No, I do not. Hang on. I'm gonna fix that. I've been needing to do it, and I keep forgetting to do it. All right, I see why. Here. When I'm doing some of this segment, god damn it. I fucked up my there we go. All right, now I should be able to there it goes. All right. Anyway, so I am very against pay to win mechanics. I'm against in most cases I'm against I forget the word I'm thinking right now, but it's microtransactions, that's the word. I'm not a fan of microtransactions. There are some situations where I'm more okay with it, like Warframe. I'm actually really okay with Warframe's mechanics behind their with their microtransactions for two major reasons. It's a 100% free play game. You can sink in as much or as little money as you want. In fact, you can actually get the premium currency for free. If you've got the time, you can trade on the market for platinum currency. I have never seen another developer say, hey, here's the premium currency, you can trade it amongst other players. And that's what their economy is built on. And I really do enjoy that. And that's legitimately awesome. That allows you to be a free to play player, but still get all the premium stuff if you want to. And they don't make money on the transactions. They don't. But the only thing that pisses me off more than microtransactions, there is one thing that pisses me off more. One. It's when a developer releases a game with no microtransactions. They give it to all the review. They do? Cool. They give out all the reviews. They do the reviews. Wait, that's different than Warframe. I'll explain that in a second. They give it out to all the reviewers. They give it out to all the streamers and all the Let's Players, and it has no microtransactions at all. So it gets better reviews. It looks better to the public. And then they do this. They add in post-content, post-release. Resident Evil 4 remake, update, sneak in, pay to win. Now, this is I'm more okay with than what I just said because it's not a competitive game. What this is you can pay money, real world money, to give yourself money in game. So you have all these Let's Players who played through the game, loved it, said it was great. You have all these streamers who've been playing it, love it, it's great. And then they do this because they've already bought the market, so to speak. Goddamn bullshit. Now, here's the difference between what you said. Steam allows you to trade. Not really. So, Steam does allow me to go, hey, I'm gonna send you $20, Steam wallet money, whatever. You can do that. That is correct. That's an outside thing. What Warframe lets you do is say, I bought 1,000 platinum. I can go in game, go into the marketplace, go into the trade network, and go, here's 200 platinum. I want this prime Warframe that I don't want to farm for. Now, in theory, I could also take that 200 platinum and just buy the. Well, no, it's only during special events you can buy them. But anyway, I could go out of my way to get the prime, and it could just be pieces of a weapon, or it could be the whole weapon. Some weapons, not every weapon. That's the difference, where it's built into the system versus doing it externally. Now, because remember, Warframe's also on Steam. In theory, you can do it that way. In theory, what I could do is I could send you $20 IRL, and then you just give me platinum. In theory, you can do that, but I don't. But like, you definitely can't do it with PlayStation. You couldn't do it with X. Well, in theory, you could do it with PlayStation. You could buy PlayStation, and maybe that's a form of money laundering. Not gonna lie, someone buys a shit ton of platinum in game, and then they sell it to another player. I don't want to give people ideas for crime. I need to shut my mouth. But yeah, this stuff pisses me off. Now, once again, because this is a single player game, I'm more okay with it, but I still hate it. Now, as a side note, there's another that's a little different. That's a little different. A little different. Pull my Steam library. Resident Evil's done something similar before, which I was more okay with. I want to say it's Resident Evil that did it. And I know Resident Evil. Yeah, it was right there. It was right there on the screen. You can get, like, I'm okay with costumes. I have the original costumes because I got a premium thing, but all in games unlocked for like $5. All the proof of I'm a badass you could do for free. Here you go, right there. Infinite rocket launcher, yours. Max storage capacity, yours. Badass knife, yours. Pistol, yours. What's the point? What's the point of having beaten the game once? There is none. Except for like, oh, I want to go through on a power trip. And like that, like, then that's fine. Like, honestly, that's fine. You don't have the time to sink in, you don't have the motor skills or whatever to unlock this stuff. That's fine. Honestly, it is. I would argue, my opinion, that you should not be able to like, it should not take effect until you've beaten the game once. Because I'd hate the idea of a person playing through one. And now, by the way, Resident Evil 2 has the same thing. I just remember it from. All right. Now, here's something I'm actually really. I can't download it yet because it's not released until I think tomorrow. This finally dropped. I've been waiting over a year for this, and they finally released it. They have a special package where you can get both games for like $60, and the full release is going to be like 40 for each because there's 2 volumes, and it's a lot of content. So don't think it's just like a small amount of content. So what you get in volume 1 alone. I'm not trying to sell this to you because I really just don't care. For volume 1 alone, you get Battle Network, the original game. Volume 2, or Battle Network 2, and then 3 blue, and then 3 white. That's effectively you getting Pokemon red and blue, Pokemon Silver and Gold, I think was the next one, and then whatever the third one was. And you get and since there was 2 versions, you get both. Yeah, cosmetic microtransactions, 100% fine. Now there has been times where cosmetic skins have accidentally became pay to win. The Spider-Man skin in Fortnite caused issues where I'm trying to remember the whole thing. Where because of an emote that came with it where you hung upside down, you could hide yourself better. That wasn't intentional. That was not intentional by the developers. And then there's been times in like the Call of Duty yeah, that's another example right there where it's probably not intentional. And then there's been times where the skin is glitched and you become transparent in the right places. Like, that's a glitch or they just probably didn't foresee that. That's fine. But it was meant to be just a cool skin. And I'm fine with that. I'm honestly fine with skins as long as they don't have an advantage. Because hell, in Overwatch, some players were using the emotes to sit down and hide in bushes that way. Not joking. With like Tracer, now obviously you can't do it with like a Roadhog, for instance, but with like Tracer, she would hide in a bush and just sit down. And they'd usually also wear a green skin to kind of blend in. Like, that's fine. That's you take like, I'm okay with that one. That's more of just because that's you taking advantage of built-in mechanics, and all that stuff was free. Um. Anyway, but no, I'm really excited about this game. You'll probably see me play it a little bit on stream, and it's basically like you getting a lot of Pokemon. I don't remember there actually being a leveling system. You just get more of the weapons in the game to get more beta, and then Volume 2 gets you the rest of the game. Which is still a stupid amount of content. So it's like $60 for the deal. It comes out in 3 days. My bad. April 13th. What is today? 10th. I sleep in such an odd pattern. It's hard for me to keep track of it. All right. I'm debating if I want to kill heretics. Shoot things into space. Another game. Oh, and Wild Hearts. Wild Hearts is another, because Wild Hearts released a lot of new content. Gotta fight. I have to get to it because there's a couple things endgame I didn't touch. Um yeah. Yeah, I know you've been having a lot of issues with that. Actually, I want to ask you that question because I'm gonna have to take a quick leak because I've been really hydrating myself today. Because um, I want to ask your opinion about it. How do you feel about, like, especially if they're free to play MOBAs where characters are locked behind either earning the currency, which is slow, or just buying the characters. Right? How do you feel about that? I'm very curious because, like, especially if it's a free to play game, I'm more okay with that. Like, I'm honestly am. Like, that's not, now that's only if the free characters you get by default, and they do cycle in some of the other ones so you get to try them out, are actually viable. Like, they're not like intentionally nerfed to hell and back so that you're like, oh, I can only win if I play the premium ones. Now, mind you, there's always gonna be a power creep of like new characters being dropped, and they're intentionally meant to counter specific builds. Because like, because I'm like playing and this is annoying the hell out of me. I'm playing Marvel Strike Force, and that's been happening. Okay. Probably, but you also play a lot more matches than I. I the only MOBA I really played for any length of time, like I played the Pokemon one that dropped out for a little bit. That was actually kind of fun. I enjoyed it a little bit. I got to play the Pokemon I wanted, and then I stopped. Um, was Heroes of the Storm, and that was purely because I'm a big fan of Blizzard's old content, not its new. I played about the time StarCraft 2 came out, and I also played a little bit of Smite. Those are the only MOBA games I played. There is supposed to be a MOBA game that I was semi paying attention to. I can't remember what it was. It was a MOBA game. There was a MOBA game for a franchise I actually do like. My brain not working. There is one I would love to play, but unfortunately, it's not played in America. In theory, I could use my VPN to flip over to a proper country, but I'm not. It's a Marvel one called Super Wars, I think, and it looks legitimately interesting. Mind you, I'm not a big fan of MOBA as a whole. I'm gonna step away real fast. I'm gonna take a quick leak, and then I think I actually tried Paladins. Fairly sure. Um, like, my memory's a little vague. Anyway, I think we're gonna do Wild Hearts. Just because, like, I finally am able to play it again. Because, like, for a while there, I tried to play and it would just crash after a couple seconds. And then all of a sudden it started working again. And I don't know why. Hey, Cool Walker, you're doing well. I do have some Elden Ring stuff I'd like to show off because, like, I do have a whip character that I've been running, and they're a lot of fun. Like, the whip build is like surprisingly good. Like, you stagger people like it's a joke, and then you've got some insane range. But we're gonna do Wild Hearts, and since I'm by myself, I'll be able to use my umbrella because I will never use an umbrella if I have another player with me, ever, ever. A lot of weapons got nerfed, or sorry, a lot of weapons got buffed. Two got nerfed. I know the blade one got slightly nerfed with its base attack, but its ultimate's still pretty powerful. And then bows got their dodge nerfed because their dodge was insane. Like they would burn very little stamina to dodge, and they had an insane amount of range with it. And all you had to be doing was aiming while doing it, so you didn't even like lose your ability to keep track of the enemy and launch a shit ton of arrows. So that got nerfed. All right, so there's the try to find something positive part of me that has to ask, did you learn anything from the experience? I'm hoping my mic is not muted. I can't see it. Test, test, test. Okay, cool. It's just my paranoia that I have my mic muted in a specific setting that I haven't looked at. Mute them per scene. Okay, that's fine. Like then, okay. I try to take some positivity away from everything so I can fight my negative thought process. It because it's me reprogramming my mind, and it takes time. That's why I had to ask. Because like one of my biggest problems with playing MOBA games, I'm a hyper aggressive player. Like if you see me playing any like Apex, probably Fortnite, I don't know. I played it only a handful of times. Overwatch, I'm a very aggressive player. Like I'm insanely aggressive. And the opposite of positive. All right, we got to fight some deeply volatile kimono. We're not going to do that just yet, just because I haven't played in a little bit. I haven't played a Monster Hunter game, style game in a little bit, so I would have to beat that one. We're not going to do that yet. Maybe that's your problem. So we're going to do just a basic fight. We're going to do a joke kind of. Yeah, this will push me. We're gonna do like it's not a low tier fight, so it's not like a complete joke where like because I'm playing master or I have high tier stuff, I'll be able to just stomp on them. This is more just me trying to get back into the mechanics, and if I feel I'm up for it, then I'll move into fighting something real. If I get a little annoyed, then I'll probably just flip over to like KSP or Darktide. This game it just allows me to use a controller, so yeah, like if you have a team you're in comms with and you can coordinate, you being aggressive, like, hey, I'm about to dive, that works. But if you're just playing and playing, then it doesn't. Ooh, I have 9 of 9 fish. Go ahead and collect material. Hey, I have all the fish. Like, if you actually had a team where one, they know you're an aggressive player and you could talk it through with them. You can talk them through it, what you're about to do, and just coordinate appropriately. It works fine. But if you're playing with a bunch of randos, it just doesn't work. You have to move at the tempo of your dumbest player. Phrase it as. Unfortunately, it's a team game, so you really can't do that. Mind you, once again, I actually don't know LoL very well. Probably just call it League. That was weird. Oh no, they're running from something. There must be something dangerous up ahead. Alright, I wanted to make sure I remembered what that was. Yeah, that sun's damn bright. Alright, you little piggy. We gonna be fighting. You ready for some fighting? We gonna be fighting. Yeah. Once again, like, being able to coordinate is much more better, but if you can't coordinate, Damn it. Not get it in time. How do I heal again? Oh, that. No, that's eating. That's how you heal. Okay. Cool. I don't care. I wish you would go away. Ah, my timing's off. Oh, that was bad. I could have went down. Yeah, I'm really off my game right now. Damn it, didn't get the wall up in time. Mind you, that wasn't a real wall time, it was just me trying to stop a basic attack. How was the Mario movie? I know there's like quite a few people who are refusing to watch it for protest reasons. Including like John Leguizamo, the original Luigi. I've been told Jack Black stole the movie. Damn it. I got carded. I imagine John Leguizamo's got a life. I mean, like, the dude's, he's, like, been doing John Wick and stuff. Like, I don't... Actually, he hasn't been in John Wick since 2. I don't remember him being in 3. No, he was in... Hi, Pepe. But no, like, I've heard that, correct answer is pie, especially if it's pea. Actually, apple pie is good, too. Okay, that's a question for chat. What is the best pie? What is the best pie? Pizza counts as a pie. Because if you've ever seen the way I make a deep dish, that's a pizza pie. And no, 3.14 is not counting for this conversation. Before any of you smartasses write it, because I know Cool Walk was just pizza Chicago variant deep dish. Yeah, fucking good. So much cheese, my arteries are clogging thinking about it. That was way too soon. I wouldn't say I'm a Jack Black fan per se. I have a healthy respect for him as a person, but some of his movie roles I'm not a fan of. Like, he does a good voice acting, especially. Like, him as Poe is legit. Yeah, that kind of makes sense, because I've heard more than a handful of people say, like, it's not made for the nostalgia people. Really? That's bullshit. The attack gets deflected and he still gets to hit me. I gotta get it back to him. Not saying that there wasn't nostalgia, like, but it wasn't like meant for like a one-to-one nostalgia movie. Parry this, you casual, pretty much. All right, he's running. That's possible. Like, it's entirely possible. Like, I don't know. I haven't read their mind. I know Mad Tech. He said he enjoyed it. Like, um, if it was that versus the D&D movie, he said the D&D movie is like a 9. But he gave the Mario movie like a 6.5, which is pretty high for it. Because Mad Tech can be very picky. I do know people are bitching, and mostly conservative assholes and incel fuckers. Um, that one doesn't count because it's appropriate for them. Ironically appropriate. Who were like, what were they saying? Oh, Peach was too powerful. She was supposed to be a hostage the whole time because Peach has only ever been a hostage. No, fuck you. All right, that one counts. Like, I remember seeing that trending and people are just like throwing a big deal. But they were saying because Peach was able to defend herself, it was woke. That's legitimately what they tried to say. Like, what? Are you jokes? Are you just jokes of people? That's why I said incels, because that's the only people I think that would care. Like the Andrew Tate kind of incel. Oh shit, I didn't see what he's doing. Yeah, she's legitimately able to defend herself in almost all but the dead original games. Bullshit! That was 100% a pair, and I'm stunned underneath him. Oh, thankfully my little robot's distracting him. Alright, stop me from losing too much energy. Yeah. Yeah, she just wasn't the girl in the castle the whole time. That's why I like the idea of like writing the idea of writing the Mario series as a World War II like story. Yeah, and Smash Bros would like to talk. Apparently, she's pretty good in Smash, from what I've heard. I could be wrong. I have only played it like once or twice. I like the idea of writing the Mario story as like the games themselves are supposed to be like a play retelling the story, but the actual events it talks about is like a World War II story. Like no, World War II. World War II. Hang on, let me explain. That the Mushroom Kingdom is occupied France, and no, that's fine. I'm not arguing that. If you enjoyed it, that's fine. I don't like the fact Chris Pratt is playing Mario, but that's because I don't like Chris Pratt. I think he's overused. We're not. I did all right. I think I need another practice, man. Just so I can get back into the timing of countering. I think we'll fight the rat. Yeah. Unless the female Bowser shows up, Bowsette shows up, then I'm like, nope, they need to team up. Just make Bowsette insanely powerful, kicking all their asses. I'd love it. But no, like I like the idea of if you wanted to tell like a serious version of the story, like adult version ish, make it like it's occupied France. And the reason why the Mario brothers are so legitimately good at what they do is because they are plumbers and they know the sewer system better than anyone. So, like at first they're like, "No, we're just plumbers. We're not getting involved." And then like, because I love the idea of them having their dad Jumpman gets killed. Their dad Jumpman gets killed, or their third brother Giuseppe, because that's a College Humor reference, gets killed, and they're like, "Well, we got to do something now." So they decide on themselves they're going to save the princess, and they keep going to all these missions looking for Peach the whole time, and later on find out like one of the people they're working on is actually Peach. Like I forget the other name she goes to. Princess. They're looking for Princess Toadstool, and they've been working. During their mission they work with a undercover agent named Peach. It turns out it's actually her. Yep. And like you can legitimately use the like not like it's literally Nazis walking around, but I'm talking about like make it feel like it's occupied France because I feel that could fit, especially with like the way like Princess Peace dresses and stuff. It feels like either super flamboyant England or France. Don't want to fight. Oh no, that one's the good one, not the mushroom. The mushroom one puts you to fucking. Yeah. I imagine the story can be told good because I like the idea if you did it in two parts. The first part has to end with like them trying to set up detonation underneath like one of the castle towers, and they're getting swarmed. Luigi gets separated from Mario, and Mario's last moments as he's being swarmed by Goombas is he's like, "You seem to have forgotten who I am. It's me, Mario," and then detonates it, and it just like leaves it on that note of like just like he succeeded but a bit of despair. I pause. I really want to finish. And then the next movie you have Wario show up and it's just a brainwashed Mario. Like just have so much fun with that. I know that's really messed up, but that's the idea I have. And the story like so it makes it somebody who can compete with Luigi like knowing the sewer system and stuff. And he eventually of course has to unbrainwash brother, but that's the idea I have. That's the idea. Like if I were to draw a comic, that's how I would do it. Really messed up, I know, but for you guys. You guys, I'm a going home. You guys home. Oh yeah. Where like originally he was supposed to die. That's why the next game they did was a prequel. Because they justified that if they did a prequel, they wouldn't have to keep BJ Blazkowicz alive. But then when they're like, no, we need another game, they're like, screw it, New Colossus. New Colossus is also good for the record. I love New Colossus. I hate how it ends just because it ends so fucking abruptly. But it was good. I never fought Youngblood, which is the where you play as his daughters. But there is another one in the works that's supposed to take place before that, where you get to play as BJ Blazkowicz again. I don't want to go back and play New York again. Like, because I did my Let's Play of all three of them. I don't think I ever finished releasing the first one. Just because I got, like, oh, woe is me. I got so bitter about, like, not finding any real success doing Let's Plays. Like, you can take that how you feel. Like, I feel like a dork for saying that, or I feel petty for saying that. That's actually something I don't like, where you, where Difficulty for the game is just how bullet spongy the enemy is, not like how smart or how tactical you have to be with it. Damn it. JK. Can't believe that worked. Damn it, I need to back off and heal. That was too soon. I was behind him. You should not be able to attack me with a headbutt when I'm behind you. God damn it, I don't know what you said to make you say JK. Like, it didn't appear in my chat. I'll have to check in a second. Because sometimes YouTube doesn't share all the comments. God damn it, I couldn't fucking see him because the tree fell in front of him. Oh. Usually that doesn't get deleted from here. Oh, if you want to put it back up, feel free. Like, I don't take it personal, and it's not left in chat. It's not left in the screen right now or the recording, whatever. So I don't care. And you know me, I don't believe you mean it. You're just shit talking because you are a meme lord. And that's half the job of being a meme lord, is to shit talk. Yeah. Hell, because of your advice, I started taking all trolls as compliments. Does that mean someone felt the need to take the time to shit talk me? Didn't think I'd be able to parry that, so I decided just to back off instead. No more memes just sitting. I still think you could make a decent amount of content just with your, like, meme lord knowledge of, like, the origin of certain memes or the explanation of some memes. Like, one of them could be a good one, is, like, the one I didn't freaking know and I had to go to you, see if you knew. Was like, why are they depicting Ashley as a mouse all the time? Like, it just seems so freaking random. I think that could be some pretty decent content. You could make a nostalgia meme category where you talk about, like, the origins of, like, some ancient memes. Yeah, that's what you said to me roughly back in the day.
And that's what I've kind of stuck to ever since. Now, occasionally I'm in a bad mental state and it doesn't work, but I try. Oh, it's not targeting me. That's good. Bonk. .99% of the time, you have been a positive force in my content creation. I'd be lying if I said otherwise. Okay. That's me saying I think you could do it in a way that makes it better. I'm not saying you're a blue ocean. You're not in a blue ocean for it. Which, if you haven't read it, there's a book called Blue Ocean versus Red Ocean Strategy. Damn it! I accidentally did something I shouldn't have done. No, that's not it. It's hard to describe what even in the .001 is. I'm just sure it's there. Damn it, way too soon. That was a parry! God damn it. I was in midair, so I couldn't throw up the block. Oh, yeah. My head's fucked up. Oh, shit. I just noticed my camera crashed. Hang on.
Yeah, I'm still frozen. Can I change it here? Yeah, I can change it here. There you go. That fixed it. Cool. It took me a second. Yep, that's working. There we go. I'm back. Sorry for that. 100% not my fault. No, like, legitimately, it's not. I parried. Alright, I beat him. Didn't go down this time. Yeah, my chair's gone! Like, if y'all came up behind me and suddenly took my chair, I'd be a little pissed. Because I'm like, you should have told me you were in town. We need to hang out. Go get ramen or something. I don't know why my camera crashed. Alright. I think I've done enough of it. I mean, it's going to take me a bit longer before I think I'm fully ready to go back into playing this. Because it's been months since I played. And probably playing around with the umbrella, which is probably one of the most difficult weapons in the game, just because it's built on parry. Parry the platypus. So I'm just spacing out right now, thinking about what I want to do. Like a good game to play probably right now would be KSP, because it's I can move it at my own pace, and I'm doing a nice career mode. I'm actually doing pretty decent. Darktide's been annoying me because the last game I played, I had a player who's trying to he was trying to mess around with glitches. He's like, "Oh, I wonder if they patch this." And like instead of like actually fighting like the hordes of poxwalkers, he was sitting there like, "Oh, I'm going to stand on this. See if it does anything." Like, I had to handle a lot more of the work than I should have had to. Wee bonk.
今日も今はこんな依頼が来てるぞ。よし、話はこんな。何かあったらまた声かけてくれよ。
I wouldn't recommend stealing this chair though, because like during the move, I think it got damaged, so it's like leak constantly, or it's because of my fat ass. One or the other. Save. All right. Do y'all have a preference on what y'all see? I can do a bit of Darktide. I can do. Oh, I'm gonna jump into Elden Ring real fast while y'all are deciding, so I can show y'all the whip build I'm doing. Gothic gave me my second whip, so I'd be able to dual wield. Because whips are actually a lot more powerful than I thought. Because they only have like one of them that needs somber smithing stones, aka there's only one that you can't switch out. The Ash of War. You've got a set that you can get two of them separately that are the same exact one oddly. That has bleed inherently and bleed's OP as hell, but you can switch out the Ash of War, which will add other types of damage. So if you wanted to, you could put Frost and Fire. If you wanted to, League of Vulcan. I don't have that game. Larg. Oh, I could also play Overwatch, but I really don't want to play Overwatch until tomorrow, because tomorrow the new season starts. And the new character drop.
Should have switched back to. So the point of me switching to the dagger is that you can't execute people with a whip, or at least I've never been able to do it. So I carry a dagger that I can rapidly switch to for executions, and it's the Reduvia, in case you're wondering. But no, like what makes this weapon so insane is not only its reach, but it staggers everyone. Like it's a joke. Like you just see them constantly flinching. I should say it flinches everybody, not stagger. Warham 3 Hamageddon. If that was a game, I'd fucking play it. Like you see, this is like actually a really good build. There's not a lot of choices when it comes to the whips. In fact, under normal circumstances, you won't be able to dual wield for a while. Let you go out of your way. Really out of your way. Sorry. Don't know where that came from. And I've been told whips are actually pretty good for PvP. Oh yeah, I forgot he actually does the counter thrust. Like the damage is not insane with the weapon itself. It's the fact that you can keep most people constantly staggered. So it's not the best weapon for bosses, not gonna lie. Because bosses, you kind of want to nuke them. But there are a few bosses you can even stagger with them. Let's see if I can back. And then we'll hop off this. I might bring the stream to an early close. I don't know how I was feeling like I'd stream today. Yeah, I can't backstab with this. I'm really sorry about that. I keep yawning and I don't know why. All right. Yeah, we're gonna bring the stream. I don't know why. Just yawn. Tired. I also want to finish working it. Might be because I haven't eaten anything today, because today's a fasting day. I probably shouldn't even be having the coffee, but I am. Stay awake. Because the only other thing I'd probably want to do is draw right now, and I don't feel like drawing on stream. I need to make more assets for the next animation I'm doing, because I want to get the next animation out around the 1st to the 15th. These are a little short, so it's not even that big. Anyway, I just don't feel like drawing on stream. Anyway, appreciate y'all being here. See ya.